Hello, my Cat Tarot friends. This is Cat, and this is like my introduction to the X spread, which we're going to actually look into today. So please, if you haven't been here before, or if you've forgotten why I'm doing this, just spend this couple of minutes to view it. If you are already familiar with it and you're following the series, check down in the description and you're going to see the link that you can click in and just move on to the reading for your sign. So what is this? Every sign is going to have exactly the same header. These are just the chapters. Just imagine like in a school, you have to write an essay and a teacher kind of gives you, well, these are the chapters you need to cover. I have developed this spread. I call it Cat Tarot Knows X spread, but I'm also applying this to relationships because for relationships and people who need to inquire, I will just remove the knight and I'll put a king. Also, if there are two women, I would put two queens or two kings or two knights, depending on who is the couple, who is the person inquiring. Since many of you who are listening this X spread ask me to do this reading for them, I'm actually putting it on a special, so check it out on my website www.cattarot.ca. under book your reading, just scroll it down to basically X spread. Also, if you are on and off relationship, this is going to be spread for you, because what it does, it gives me slices through the past, through present, that I can actually connect and check what might happen in the future. So why am I choosing these 7 cards? It kind of really, I spent lots of time getting to this, so it was not an easy process, but each of them is giving me a category that I want to figure out in order to figure out how your relationship works, and if can it work at all. Sometimes the most beautiful couplehoods just don't work out, and sometimes you see couples that you're wondering why they are together, and I think the 7 categories are going to explain that for me. So the very first significator, the Magician, in this category, I'm going to find out what are the tools you're given as a relationship. For example, if you're baking a bread, you need flour, you need salt, you need sugar, you need yeast, you need baking powder, I don't know, eggs, and then you can put extra ingredients. You can put raisins, you can put cinnamon, you can put seeds, right? So what if you only have water and bread? What if you have all the ingredients and you don't have water? So if an essential ingredient is missing, no amount of work is going to make this possible, right? So I'm actually trying to see here if this relationship was ever a starter. So the second card, Temperance, I am using that reversed purposely, because in the upright situation, Temperance is basically turning you into light. Everything can actually be made in this situation. Like there is a growth, there is a connectivity, and you see the angel is putting 2 different things together, just like 2 people have to come together. So when this usually comes in a reading and talks about moderation, balance, okay, the couple got together. The reason why I'm in this category looking in the reverse situation is because I do want to see what is unglued in this relationship, because that glue kind of sticks us together even if we have bad times. So these kind of like are categories that really have to be looked at if this is a starter. Now this is going to be one significator for one partner, and this is going to be a significator for another partner, and this is going to represent the energy and the communication and connection between the two. So how he sees you, how he sees himself, how she sees you, how she sees herself, right? And what's going on, what's kind of like attention, what's kind of expression, what kind of love is in between is going to kind of come in these categories. The Judgment is one of my 4 karma cards, and I really want to see here, okay, with all things given, how did you make that bread? How did you make it work up to this point? What is karma saying? Are you fulfilling the promise of this relationship? Is karma saying run? Is karma saying stay? Sometimes you get really surprising results, because sometimes the connection is karmic and people are supposed to kind of fulfill their contract and fulfill their destiny. And the very last category is very pragmatic category, and this is the one you want to know. Hey, are we getting together? Are we not getting together? Is there a next step for this relationship? What is the quality of this relationship? Keep in mind that sometimes I will tell you, yes guys, you will get together, but sooner or later you're going to run into different problems, and you have to work on that. So when you take a private reading with me, I kind of discover all of that. So let's jump into your own readings and let's go from there. Hi Saggies, welcome to your October reading. But before I actually lay down the October, let me just see the situation. So the toolbox, somebody's trying to, like, from the get-go, there was this feeling that, you know, somebody was trying to get over somebody. Maybe there is another person involved into this, or there are other issues that need to be healed. At least one of the partners had them. So what needs to be glued is, okay, how to get to the next level. Look at this, you have 2 4s in a row. So it was obviously something that has been a building block over here and hoping to go to the next level, but somehow this next level has been really, really elusive. So how are you seen over here? Wow. Well, you feel like you're being left out in the cold. They're kind of like almost shunned by a whole bunch of things, possibly with other people, possibly with your children, possibly by your friends, and most likely from your partner. Kind of like, off you go. You're on your own, and I don't care if you're wounded. It kind of didn't take this well, and that kind of like has created big instability for you, and trying to fight for yourself. And in fact, you know, look at his 5 and 7s both feeling unstable, and look at this guy feeling really, really angry, and he is protecting his heart chakra and kind of saying all these naysayers, no, my way is the right way. So it is the case of winning a battle and losing a war over here. Let's see your partner over here. What are the thoughts? Well, the partner thought they were bringing to the table everything that should be brought to the table. They wanted to do something serious. They really wanted to go all the way here. I mean, you know, the significator can actually switch, so either of them can be you, because I'm just seeing the energy in between. The karma is saying, look guys, the opportunity was there. It was like something that was so gentle and nice, and it could have been worked out. And this is kind of what was so confusing. So I'm just like wondering to see what happened. And look at that. The past was like full of communication, possibly small expressions of love, lots of text messages, lots of emails. So one of your partners here wanted relationship, wanted something really stable. It kind of like was from initial meeting to dating to kind of doing something really serious, and then some kind of power struggle ensued over here. And it's how to go about that. And one person here was like, my way, and I have to do it this way. And the other person didn't want to do it this way. And I could see this instability was created, and hence issues kind of started. And that was like from the very beginning. So let's see what's going to be happening until the October the 10th. So in your toolbox, kind of like there is a feeling of defeat. There is a feeling of kind of like not looking forward to the future, because I see this person here is choosing between love and between, you know, friendship, love and friendship. Maybe you were both to this person, and kind of like, okay, which world do I want to build? Maybe it was, okay, let's just kind of like build friendship only, but it looks like that has been rejected, and it kind of like felt like a waste of time, or somebody felt this whole thing is a waste of time. So what needs to be glued? Look at that. You guys are coming out over here. It was you. I'm really sorry to say, but this is your card out of 78 cards. This is coming out here. So you were the one holding this going forward. It was something that didn't fit here, or you couldn't make it fit, or you wanted to make it your way, because yeah, look at that. It was lots of arguing. It's bickering, and it's just like huge amount of miscommunication. And when you think about this person, this is pretty much everything you can think about it. Kind of like conflicts and like kind of like not being able to make it work. Because look at this. This is your tools. There's like not having ingredients that can actually make them go at this stage. And yet again, there was another person over here. It was like 3 people, and somebody felt like a winner, but other people felt really humiliated, because look at this, we have 3 5s and a 7. It was a situation like trying to dance on a banana peel, and any direction that was taken here was awful. Just like, it's full of conflicts. It's full of, I'm upping you one, I have to win it. It's somebody who's prickling you all the time. And look at this. Somebody was juggling 2 people, and kind of there was this feeling again, okay, I don't know really what is up, what is down. It's like things are changing so rapidly. Look at this, like you have like now 2 2s, and 2s are always talking about a choice. And look at this, it went from this huge opportunity to feeling extremely emotional and not having control of your emotions. Kind of like this is the sadness when kind of like person goes into and like doesn't know how to dig themselves out of this hole, and kind of like just cannot see this light, because there are no kind of like steps going out of there, and kind of like feeling really defeated and deflated as well. But this is saying, look, this guys was a test. You need to dust off. You need to kind of like take charge of going into the unknown. Look at this Knight of Pentacles. The horse is black. It's a test. You need to keep going. Small things going forward. Get a control of your emotions, or your partner kind of like needs to do that, or maybe they are not capable of doing it right now. It also can be seen that your partner wanted to go further ahead, and kind of seeing you as the one who juggled 2 people, seeing you having somebody on the side, and they were offering you love, and hence they decided to move forward. So let's see from the 11th to the 20th. Okay, so there is like some kind of avoidance of problems. So this is a 3rd 4, so we have 4 5s here, like 3 4s and 3 5s. And look at this, what needs to be glued is a romance. And this relationship just didn't have it. Didn't kind of have enough of these happy occasions that people can go back to and kind of cover themselves when they're dealing with this imbalance or pain. This is kind of like feeling, okay, like this has been promised to me, so why does that didn't happen? And maybe somebody broke some promises, and it could be you guys, or certain things just couldn't be fulfilled, and hence that was this feeling of being left out in a cold. And look at that, the Chariot. And this person, it's either you or this person, because this is kind of really interesting. That's kind of the energy that flies between the two of you. The Chariot talking about black and white, right, which we've seen here. I win, and it has to be this way. Somebody tried to command the other person, or maybe both people tried to command to each other. This is the way I want it. How come you not see it my way? And hence, that's why I see this raising voices, kind of like being angry. Kind of, I do see a lots of, look at this, you have the wands, and then you have swords. It was the fire flying everywhere. This is talking about the personal demons. It could be you or could be your partner. Both of you kind of had that ignited. And it was your feeling of romance. You kind of really did see this person as somebody really important. But it just kind of, look at this. It just couldn't be materialized at this point. And we see it in a karma saying, look, this was kind of like maybe had a fresh start, maybe something that could have happened, but it turned into some kind of emotional wreck. And there you go. We talk about imbalance. We talk about feeling, you feeling, and that's what I see here. This to me is like trying to forget someone and a feeling of self-pity. And maybe you wanted to go also to the next level with the person, but just like how both of you went about that was not workable. This can also mean divorce, kind of like things not moving forward, because I see the third person over here. And I see the third person here. Now look at the possible new direction, or maybe going back to that third person. Again, 3 people. But karma is saying at this stage, you kind of have to balance it out. Like, just review all the players over here and see if things were balanced. Or some person, just like here, kind of had this superiority complex. Okay, I'm here to give you justice. You stay, you go. If this kind of like was the feeling of your partner, no basically surprise that this kind of whole emotion upheaval was happening. Queen of Cups is like and cries. This was lots of tears and just not being able to get a grip kind of a thing. And look at this, and it's like not going. This is not a relationship that can go. Its potential is just not there. And there is also realization of that, and that's kind of like sad about this. So let's see the last 10 days of October. It is a moving on. Like you see, this is a positive card. It just says, look, you know, it is time. I cannot dwell on this anymore. I gotta go. It needs to be glued. Yeah, you have to dedicate, especially like from the 20th on, this time to your own healing. The star means engaging other people. It means talking about therapy, telling all these things, that hopes that you had, that kind of like felt betrayed, and somebody kind of taking away that big bright star with them. And things, obviously, they're just too much, the burden. You just kind of like figure out it's just gonna continue, because continuing like this is just hard. And there you go. It is you falling out in the energy, in the communication. So let's see, what is this all about? And the partner is maybe starting to pay attention to some kind of details. Maybe there are some kind of building blocks, but look at this, the oral feeling. And this card is like not great, because you started with a 4 of Cups over here, and now it's 5 of Cups. So 4 of Cups talks about trying to forget about someone, and this is going in a full-blown depression, and like, oh my gosh, how could this happen? It could be a loss of 3 people. It could be a person with 2 children, but it could also be kind of like suffering over your own suffering, kind of as we've seen it here, because this is yet another 5. So we have 5, 5, 5, 5. We actually have from all minor arcanas 5s. This person here had 2 people. With one person, it's everything lost. With another person, things can be built up. This can actually be the same person too, but you kind of cannot enter this relationship with the feeling that you're going to direct how the relationship will evolve, because you need to fix yourself, right? You are not the boss of this relationship. And yet there's like this nostalgia. Actually, it's funny, I was thinking like, why the 6 of Cups didn't show up here, because it would be natural with Queen of Cups reversed, thinking about the moments that have happened. And it's kind of funny, because the partner is at this stage understanding what you did for this relationship, how much, and this is why you came out of here, how much you contributed, but at the same time, they felt they were building this relationship and just got tears in turn. So it is very nostalgic, and it's kind of like story to be continued, kind of ... because this story depends, it looks like it's still evolving, but it depends on amount of healing. And there's certainly thing that is saying you need to move over and you need to move forward. It's kind of like moving on to new ideas, to kind of new grounds, and it's kind of facing the music. It is time to face the music, kind of a thing. So Saggies, this is a general reading. For your own personal reading, you know, it could be completely different, not even close, because there's so many different variations and all of them kind of like interconnect. So check out my website for X and relationship special, and it is www.cattarot.ca. In the meantime, I really hope, you know, I can hear your comments and, you know, how you're resolving your own maybe obstacles or your own boulders in your own path. And until the next time, as your monthly will be coming up soon, I love you. All the best.